God was not brought to Africa by Christianity or Islam. God had always been in Africa.
Christianity did not teach Kamba to love their neighbors as they love themselves. The Kamba already knew that, and it was part of their culture.
Mulungu was not a stone or a mountain or a tree. It's just that there were sacred trees and sacred places where they went to worship. But they didn't worship those things, so they were not idol worshippers.
They were using Christianity as a way to condemn cultural practices, but without a biblical basis for that. If you have a verse that says people should stop Potemanguzo, please let me know that verse.
What seems to be in conflict with our culture is European culture and not Christianity.
Majority of the things that we call Christian way of life were already in a traditional Kamba custom.
Tell me anything in the Ten Commandments that is in conflict with the Kamba culture. You know, Kamba choose to worship. You are not supposed to tell lies. You are not supposed to go with another man's wife or husband. You are not supposed to tell a lie. You are not supposed to kill. You are not supposed to insult your mother. Tell me just one commandment in the Bible that is in conflict with Kamba culture. None. And when we talk, some of the things that seem to be in conflict with the Kamba culture or African culture have nothing to do with Christianity. Christianity means following Christ. Where in the Gospels, what verse in the Gospels did Jesus tell people that you must be called Jane or Charles or William? Where? In what Gospel? Where did Jesus say in a synagogue or addressing people that for you to be my follower, for you to get into my father's house, you must change your name to become Mary, to become Joseph? So these are European names.
Africans have always been praising or praying to their God, interacting with their God. So the issue of thinking that Christianity can come or Islam can come to change the African perception of God, this is, I'm saying.
Understanding or learning one's culture is a solution to colonialism, imperialism. Because when we don't understand our own culture, we have a tendency to go around preaching things that are not sustainable.
In my view, I think Christianity is embracing certain aspects of our culture, and our culture is also being transformed because of Christianity, what we have been exposed.
I like Ngugi wa Thiong'o. He wrote a good book, Decolonizing the African Mind.
You know, they taught us that Moses got his commandment from Mount Sinai. But when a Kikuyu zealot climbs Mount Kenya to seek blessing, they say this is paganism. So what's the difference between this mountain and the other mountain? Jesus is baptized in the River Jordan. But when a Maasai constructs a house with the door facing the waterway, this is paganism.
This is a language that does not belong to one generation. It is a language of the 19th century and the early 20th century. It's mockery, it's insulting.
You will not get a seat in any plane, seat number 13, because it's bad omen. In buildings in America, in Europe, you will not get floor number 13. It will be 12, and then after that, go 14. Now, for them, that is just something cultural. If that happens here, they call it a superstition.
The first miracle of Christ was turning water into wine, and it was good wine. People were pretty tipsy, intoxicated, and he did not have problem with that. But the missionaries told, hey, stop drinking completely. The last mission he did on earth was to supply, to give his followers wine, and we still drink it as part of our communion, right? Without thinking, okay, what are we doing? I'm talking about the Kamba Christians. There is a problem of understanding and interpreting Christianity and the Bible.
So all this thing about branding as witch doctors, I can tell you the herbalist Kambani, it's not Mchawi, and therefore we need to maintain that. And I say, I have evidence. Probably I will not be living today if we didn't have herbalists in Tharaka.
All civilizations are equal. That's all. It's only that when we make in judgment, that's where the difference comes. When we say, these people drinking blood, that's uncivilized. You see, the people who drinking blood don't care about it. It gives them vitality. Huh? At least they think so. By drinking blood, instead of eating meat itself, it gives them more stamina than anything else. And it's good. The Kamba used to drink blood. The Maasai used to drink blood. And sometimes mix it with the milk. Until you find the context, until you find the history, the origin of that custom, you can't understand it. You can only say,
I don't see anything that one can see as conflicting between Christianity per se and the Kamba culture. If it's Christianity plus other people's way of doing things, of course, then there will be conflict.
Nothing in Kikamba should be deleted. Because whoever is holding that is holding it for a reason better known to himself, to herself. Leave her alone. Carry on with your stuff. Some people will argue that leave that person alone as long as his practice does not inconvenience others. If I'm drinking blood and I'm not getting sick with a disease that affects the rest of the populace, leave me alone. You go eat your mandas, right? Yeah, enjoy them. And then you'll get your diabetes. I'm not saying mandas causes diabetes, but lots of sugar, lots of fat. Continue with your lifestyle, right? Yeah. And I think you understand that it's a mockery to tell people to abandon their culture because it's backward. Respect the culture.